After what was a very interesting A main, we now head to the reverse grid B main as Elijah Bree, who finished dead last in the A main, has a chance to redeem himself as he's on pole position here. Green flag in the air for the second race of the weekend. Jabri, no surprise, clears Anthony Lopez into turn number 1. Well, after what happened at the A-Main, Ian Dutta is probably not the most popular driver in the garage at the moment, as Dutta caused a caution, which sent pretty much over half the entire field one lap down and knocked a lot of very fast cars out of contention for the win. But now he has a chance to perhaps redeem himself as he runs second place behind Jabri, who is making some headways as he begins to pull away. 3 wide as Steven Pollard third. He's going to make it 3 wide again on Josh Travel and Charles Jackson here as Pollard hits the back of the 10 car, and that sends Travel into the wall. Massive checkup behind as Travel gets into the wall after some slight contact from Steven Pollard III. That caused a humongous stack up at the back of the field, and Gene Sanford hits the left side of Allen and sends him into Skabnicki, and another wreck racing to the flag. And more trouble. Pollard gets hooked after taking the caution flag, and Sinity, for the second time, plows into the back of somebody, spinning in turns 1 and 2. Let's look again at the contact between Pollard and Travel. Pollard just gets into that tire, and that got the 10 car sideways, and that caused him to come up into the car next to him of Charles Jackson. Now this is a pretty bold call. Joshua Collard takes 2 tires and will beat Jabri out of pit lane. And Collard, he's going to be the only car to take 2 tires as everybody else behind him has taken 4. That might not have been the best call. Joshua Collard leads to the green. Vincent Allen's trying to catch up so he can line up on the inside line, and Collard uses that to his advantage. He immediately clears Josh Travel. And Collard with the 2 tires. We'll see how long he lasts, as that was some very smart driving there. Allen didn't get to the inside line in time, which allowed Collard to move out of his lane. So that's some very quick thinking by the 42 driver. Meanwhile, we're being told that Josh Travel has lost a cylinder in the 10 car. As you can see, he has 0 straightaway speed. He keeps up in the corners, but he is just getting absolutely demolished as soon as he has to use the full extent of his engine power. And Collard, he elects to let Jabri go. As Jabri, who I think has a pretty solid car, goes right on by with his 4 tires compared to Collard's 2. Now, I don't think Collard's call here is going to work unless he gets another caution with the next couple of laps, but we will see if this pays off or not, but so far, not looking like it. Cody Lamas, who won the A-Main, he has fought his way up to 22nd already, less than 20 laps into this race. So nice drive from the 48 car and the driver within it. Although now he's being contended with that position by Kasten Rosengard. I don't think I spoke proper English there. A lot of the cars running in the top 10 were cars that got involved in that late race multi-car crash in the A-Main. So they are all trying to redeem themselves, as they say. And try to leave this weekend with some points. That was a pretty rough multi-car crash. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Vincent Allen has also lost a cylinder, similar to Josh Travel. However, the Zero car is running even worse than Travel is by about a second and is barely meeting minimum pace. And Vincent Allen, who was primed for a potential in the A-main, a mistimed caution cost him a chance at that. However, I guess the good thing for Allen is despite finishing in, I believe, the 9th place position, because he got the pole position and led the most laps, he got all the bonus points, which pretty much turned his 9th place finish into a 5th place finish. So, I guess, look on the bright side of some things here, but he's definitely going to lose some points ground in this B-main. Battle for 19th place, Satsuki and Polithanos going at it. Two drivers competing for Rookie of the Year. Satsuki gets hooked by the 98, who got into her quarter panel. And Satsuki, oh, that's a bad part of the track to spin. She keeps it going. Quick replay here. As, ooh, boy. Looks like Satsuki came down while Thanos was making a very bold move for the position. And that caused Thanos to get hooked onto the 41, and that sent Satsuki into the wall. Everyone coming to pit road for their stop, but Michael Cavanero in the 83 car, he's going to elect to stay out. This is a interesting call. We were actually coming up on green flag pit stops before that caution came out, so I am not sure why Cavanero decided to stay out here. Well, regardless, Cavanero, who is going to have to pit at least in a couple of laps here, takes the green flag and doesn't get a good launch. At least it was a good launch compared to Vincent Allen, but yeah, here comes Jabri. This is not going to go very well. Mike Cavanero, he's already holding up the field with those 30 lap old tires, and he's going to duck to pit road. You know, this is not the first questionable call that Michael Cavanero's crew chief has made this season, if you remember what happened at Texas, but this is almost another level compared to that. The fact that this happened and it's not the first time is probably an error within itself. Well, anyways, all Cavanero basically succeeded in was taking away laps led from Elijah Bree, who continues to lead in the 74 car as Joshua Michaels sits in second place, Charles Fibrosis and DJ Curtis third, fourth, respectively. But DJ Curtis, though, that's a good pass on Fibrosis, and now he wants Michaels as well. William Duncan just got the fastest lap of the race here. Duncan has been slowly climbing his way through the field, and they've been slowly working on that car. And now they have reached the top 5. Cody Lamas had to park the 48 car, as the 48 car from what we were being told, the fuel pickup system broke, and Lamas was not able to continue driving his car because, well, the car wasn't able to pick up any fuel. So the 48 team, their run comes to an abrupt end here in the B main. DJ Curtis and Fibrosis pushing each other towards Jabri as here comes Curtis looking to take the lead from the 74. Jabri being realistically challenged for the first time tonight, and it's from a pair of CBM drivers as Curtis, he gets the lead. Vladimir Petrov and Sean Galligan continue their march towards the front as Petrov battling with the 31 car for 10th place. Petrov and Galligan have been climbing their way through very quickly as we are just past halfway. Those two have easily been probably overall the fastest cars on every run. And you're seeing it here as Petrov is just picking off cars one by one. Fibrosis now gets a run on his teammate. He wants to get the lead. And he does get the lead from DJ Curtis. And Fibrosis to the lead for the first time this whole weekend. And Chabris also capitalizing, gets up to second place. DJ Curtis gets past Chabris to get to second place, and now Curtis with a head of steam looks to get the lead back from his teammate. We are coming up on pit stops here and what should be the final stop of the night, as the top five all stuck together under a blanket. Zachary Fitzwater and Deanna Shelton making their presence felt, as is William Duncan. Ooh, Shelton, I thought was about to go 3 wide there for a moment, but I think she backed out. But look who has also caught them. Vladimir Petrov, James Shelley, Seth Cole. This giant battle is keeping the field stuck together. And Chabris now makes a big move on Curtis. He gets the lead back. A nice pass from Chabris. And now Zachary Fitzwater looking for second place from Curtis. As the fight continues, Duncan makes a dive underneath Trevor Brosis. And here comes Petrov. It is a 7-car fight for the lead. And now Fitzwater, for the first time tonight and this whole weekend, he's going to take the lead. And he swings by Chabris. Coming up on the lap traffic of Vincent Allen, who is running 2 seconds slower than everybody behind him, as they are 3 wide, back for 4th position. Petrov underneath the 2 Cybertron cars. Backs out slightly there, but puts another nose underneath for another 3 wide attempt. And now here comes William Duncan. He wants to take the lead for the first time tonight, but here comes Vincent Allen. What's going to happen here as Allen makes contact with Fitzwater? Whoa, that could have been very nasty. As Allen now, this is where he keeps up in the corners, but this is where it gets ugly. Duncan struggling to find a hole past the 0 car, and Fitzwater, this is what he wants to see. He wants to see everybody behind him stuck behind Allen as the caution now comes out. Jesse Turner has blown a right front on the 82 car, and Turner, who has nowhere to go, Dylan Young into the back of him, into Bobby Jones, Mikhail Dahlstrom, and Novakovsky. Oh, more trouble! Young has just hit Michael Cavanero. Oh, trouble! Trevor Brosis is around! He's upside down in the 9 car! Chabris also around as the leaders racing back to the start-finish line after taking the caution. Wreck after the line. Paulo Thanos with heavy front-end damage. And Elijah Chabris, who has led the most laps tonight. He gets major damage and Fibrosis goes upside down. 1 wreck sets off 2 more. As we look at this again, Jesse Turner, who has a blown right front. He is trying to do his best to not do anything too ridiculous, but Dylan Young hits into the back of him here. And Young, not looking where he's going, comes up into Michael Cavanero, and that blows up the 83 car as well. multiple multi-car wrecks, but this is the game changer. Charles Fibrosis gets hooked together with the 74 and sends himself and Jabri hard into the wall, and that sends Fibrosis for a tumble. Fibrosis and Jabri, who had been running in the top 5 for a very long chunk of this race, especially Jabri, they are most likely going to be out of contention for the win tonight. As Fibrosis with a very much blown engine. As Novakovsky also goes around. Satsuki Yakajur. We didn't see that, but more spins. This is what happens here. Everybody's checking up here as they were trying to avoid Fibrosis. And Novakovsky, she's going to get ran to the back of by John Cedino, and that is, well, if you're keeping score, the third car that Citadino has plowed into the back of this whole weekend. Good Lord. And as if things couldn't get more ridiculous, William Duncan has elected to stay out on roughly 30 lap old tires. You know, after what happened with Michael Cavanero, I am not quite sure this is a good call, especially for a driver running for a championship. After another very large multi-car wreck that happened in pretty much 3 different places on the racetrack, William Duncan, with 30-lap tires, is going to lead us back to the green flag. Duncan was the only car who did not pit, and I don't think this is going to end very well. And Fitzwater, wasting no time, he goes right on by for the lead. I'm not sure what Duncan's game plan is here. If he's going to do the same as Michael Cavanero as he comes down into James Shelley. And here he goes into Charles Jackson. And oh, Duncan making contact with Sanford and Skavnicki. And his teammate Novakovsky, with nowhere to go, drills the 87. Good Lord. Another multi-car wreck as, whoa, my goodness, that looked even worse from that angle. And good Lord, that was even worse from that angle too. William Duncan tried making a bold move to pit lane. And James Shelley, who I believe was trying to avoid the 87. One more time at this here. James Shelley side by side with the 87, trying to go past Duncan, and Duncan just dives for pit road, and Shelley, who was trying to avoid Duncan just persisted. That was not very smart by Duncan there. Vladimir Petrov, he chooses a very interesting way to avoid this wreck. And actually, that was a smart call, to be honest, as he went to the pit road entrance part of the track. Him and Shelley both pretty much died for pit road. Shelley, I don't really think had much of a choice. And wait, Petrov, coming to pit lane, he's taking service. You can't do that. Petrov, he's taking, he took right side tire. Wait, you can't do that. You can use pit lane to avoid a wreck, but you can't service your car. And Shelley, we're being told, he serviced his car as well. That's against the rules. You can come to pit road to avoid a wreck, but you can't take service doing that. And because the caution came out, pit road was supposed to be closed anyways, so that's the main rule for that, but this might be controversial. But I think Petrov and Shelley, I think they might get in some trouble here. DJ Curtis is going to come to pit road from second place here. We're being told that the 19 team is concerned that they do not have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. So him, and it looks like a couple other cars, are going to come to pit road and top off. Now, on that last caution, everybody pitted roughly a few laps out of the window. So while that should have been the final stop of the night, it seems Kurtz and others, they're going to take the safe route. But Kurtz is going to give up a lot of track position doing this. Zachary Fitzwater, still your leader here in Nashville. The past couple minutes were quite the series of events, to put it lightly. But Jesse Turner, who went one lap down, fixing the back end of his car and fixing the right side tire. They are now trying to get one of their several laps back. But Fitzwater hangs it around the outside line and is going to try and clear the 82. And now Sean Galligan, who finished second place in the A main, he has reached second place in the B main. And this 44 car is a very fast piece of equipment, and now he's going to look to try and pass his teammate for the lead. This would be quite the blow in the championship to a lot of drivers if Galligan could win this race. Right now he sits behind Fitzwater, probably not in too much of a hurry to make this pass. James Shelley and Vladimir Petrov are both being shown the black flag for taking service under a closed pit. And they're going to have to do a drive-through penalty, and that is going to potentially and most likely end their chances at a win tonight. Deanna Shelton now, with help from her friend Seth Cole, they are going to push themselves to the lead here. Nice teamwork there between two very close friends off the track. And now Deanna Shelton takes the lead for the first time tonight. And here comes Seth Cole, making a run as he gets it to the back of the 5. And Seth Cole goes around and the caution comes back out. Seth Cole around, but he recovers the car and does not sustain too much damage. But Cittadino into the side of him. Does that count as number 4 for the amount of cars Cittadino has hit this weekend? Yeah, I'm going to count that as 4. Personally, yeah. That's 4. That's number 4. More trouble! Again, another wreck after taking the caution flag. Vargas, Torres, Charles Sanford, and we got more hits. Seth Cole, Cittadino. Michaels involved, Lopez involved. Vincent Allen, I think, might have gotten a touch as well. How many after caution wrecks are we going to have this weekend? Another multi-car wreck after taking the caution flag. And it looks like Vargas got into Torres, which sent Torres into Charles Sanford. And this is where it gets a little bit worse, as Rosengard gets a piece, and Cittadino and Seth Cole get involved as well. And Seth Cole, in the same exact spot that he spun, gets even more damage a lap later. Now, we just gave Cittadino his 4th mark on cars that he's hit this weekend, and, well, now it's 5. And that is another car that Cittadino has managed to hit that has recently spun or has gotten in trouble. Here is what actually caused the caution, as Seth Cole makes a very deep dive into the corner, and Deanna Shelton, who I don't think was expecting the 12 car to make such a bold dive, she comes down into him, and Shelton takes a hard lick into the wall, and Seth Cole, well, he does a little spin. Sean Galligan took the lead coming to the line, and now he's going to come to pit road. Apparently the 44 team, they want to play this safe. They want to come in and take fuel. And it looks like they might be taking tires as well. And I'm surprised that nobody else is going to try the same thing that Galligan is here. 15 laps to go. Zachary Fitzwater leads us back to the green flag. And on the bottom line, one or more laps down. Fitzwater clears Pollard into turn number 1. And with 15 to go, this could get very interesting. Now Pollard, he gets a great run. He wants to get his lap back, as does James Shelley. Coming to take 10 laps to go. Zachary Fitzwater still your leader. And Sean Angel up to second place. But 2 lap cars separate the 2 teammates. And Zachary Fitzwater, who has not won yet this season and has not won since 2014. And whoa, Pollard makes a very bold dive to get past the 55, and contact was made. And that may open the door for Sean Angel. Look at this though, Sean Galligan restarted 16th. He's up to 5th. He has just passed the max to get into the top 5. Sean Galligan, he took 4 tires. He took fuel. He is good enough to go the rest of the way here. And he is running very quick times as he makes contact with Vladimir Petrov. Oh, this is not over. Galligan, he has passed 10 cars in less than 5 laps. And he is on his way as he passes, well, will fight past the 19 of DJ Curtis as we are approaching 5 laps to go. Galligan is on the move. James Shelley goes past Fitzwater to get his lap back. And now Sean Angel is going to open the door for the lead. Joshua Collard back there in 3rd place. He is slowly tracking these 2 down as well. Side by side for the lead. Angel trying to find a way past his teammate. Can't do it there. Angel, though, he finds a hole there. He gets a great run off of turn 4. Jesse Turner going past Collard. He is still a couple of laps down. But here comes Angel. Sean Angel takes the lead. Look at this, though. Right behind those guys, Sean Galligan has reached 4th place as he has passed DJ Curtis and now is going to try and hunt down the top 3. With less than 7 laps to go, with the 4 tires, he is going to run these guys down. 5 laps to go, and look who is here to come play. That is Sean Galligan, who makes a dive underneath Joshua Collard for 3rd place. Collard tries to defend, but the 4 tires, they're going to be too much for him. As Galligan now, he's going to make the pass for 3rd with very relative ease. 4 laps to go now. Galligan makes another pass, this time on Fitzwater. Galligan reaches 2nd place with 4 to go. And Sean Angel is right in front of him. Angel, though, he's in trouble. Pollard's going to mess him up. Here comes Galligan. The door opens. Angel had a bad corner thanks to Stephen Pollard III. 3 laps to go. Sean Galligan, with perhaps one of the most brilliant calls of the season by any team, is going to take the lead. Sean Galligan in the 44 from 16th to 1st on 4 tires. He is going to run away with this. Joshua Collard to pit road. He's out of gas. Joshua Collard is out of gas in the 42, as is Ian Dunham behind him. They're going to have to make a quick stop here. 2 laps to go, and Zachary Fitzwater has ran out of gas. Galligan coming to take the white flag as Fitzwater runs out in the 55. Sean Galligan takes the white flag here in Nashville. as he's got 1 lap to go. And what was an absolutely brilliant strategy call. Galligan goes from 16th to 1st place in 15 laps. And with 1 corner to go, as Sean Angel second in points at 2nd place on tracks out of gas, but coming off turn 4, Sean Galligan wins here in Nashville. An incredible strategy call, and Sean Galligan will absolutely put a gigantic extension into his points lead as Sean Angel 2nd in points. He runs out of gas.